Ladies and gentlemen, NorCal Sports Network brought to you by Northern Lights Entertainment. Go check out Northern Lights Entertainment Radio.ca. He's got 5 radio stations that he streams online. Today, we're going to the bullpen twice. We got Los, we got Lou. Dan is seeing a doctor right now, so maybe he'll join us later after he sees the doctor. If not, hey, we got it, man. We got it. But he may make an appearance. Anyways, Giants couldn't get the series win today. They were in a good position there, but you know how it goes. I don't understand why Melvin pulled out Birdsong so soon. I was kind of hoping that he would stick with him. I didn't see a reason why Birdsong needed to come out, but he went to Jelly. He got his one batter, then he came back out, and what was that, the 5th? And wasn't that, if I'm not mistaken, that's when they hit? Isn't that when? Was that at the 5th with that 3-1 bomb, somewhere around there? He threw a middle in pitch to a lefty, Bo Naylor, and he took it deep to right field. And that was kind of the game right there. Giants were able to scratch another run across to make it 5-4, but it just wasn't enough. I mean, it's a 3-3 road trip. I mean, I'll take that. Going 500 on a road trip, that's not so bad. The only problem is, guys, you're trying to get the 500. And you get close. They got within 1 game of 500, and now they're back to 3 games under 500. So let's get the 500 and then see what we could do. I don't know. Let's go with you. You just got back from Prescott. Tell me what you think.
I didn't see the game, but a very promising road trip. You know, sometimes it's more than wins and losses. It's just like just they're playing good ball. They're playing. Yeah. You can lose and play good ball, and they're playing good ball for the last week and a half. So that's all you can ask. It's a really good Cleveland team that they just played. Yep. And hey, their bullpen just got beat by a good hitter. So, that 500 is a mental block. Like you said, every time they get close, they fall back. So it's going to be interesting to see if they push through that, like kind of like a stock. Once it pushes through that level, it's like, oh my God. Sky's the limit. So we'll see if they can get past that 500 on the homestand and then go from there. Sounds good. Real quick, Asif, let's give Farhan some credit. No, we can't, bro. Nah. We'll get into that later. Lou, tell me, what'd you think about today's game?
I thought 3 things about today's game. One is I'm a fan of Birdsong. I'm telling you, this kid, I know he got to 85. He got to 4 2/3. I think, Melvin got to a point where he says, okay, I got to do something. But the one thing about our relievers is so he came in with 2 outs in the 5th. He got the first guy out, but when they come in different parts and they do that second inning of relief, that's when we get hit. Mm-hmm. And that pitch was right over. But I thought Birdsong, I mean, I like the kid. He sort of has the kahunas to do with the job. Yeah. So I feel confident when he goes out. At least you're going to get 5 innings. He's not going to get blasted, and he gives him an opportunity to win. Which, except for Webb, I don't feel that confident about anybody else because we've been using all these starters. Correct. Another great point of today's game is I don't know if you saw Slater when he pinch hit.
Oh, dear God.
It was 1, 2, 3. No expression, just turned around and walked away. I think it's done. I think it's over with. Slater,
maybe it's done.
Against the lefty. It was 4 pitches. He's not even fouling the ball off. And just you can tell right now he has no confidence in the game. And, we don't need him, unfortunately. I think it's, his time is up.
Okay, hold on real quick. Lou, before you go on, are you saying that was Slater's final strike?
That could have been his last nail.
Is that his final strike?
That could have been his final strike, another strikeout.
Shattered dreams, strikes out, nowhere to be. On the field, futile quest, nightmare rage, no contest. Fumble, stumble, every play, lacks the fire in dismay. wasted talent, endless fire. Time to put this game on fire. Slayers on the run. Futility has won. Step aside in dismay. Wasted talent, endless fire. Time to put this game on fire. Slayers on the run. Futility has won. Step aside, it's done. Roster's burning sun. Slaves, wasted times, error stacking, grievous crimes, echo rules, clouds the same, every game, endless pain, let him know! Question now, for the team, chase new dreams, brighter beam, stop the rot, ignite the spark, leave the shadows, light the dark, Slayers on the run. Futility has won. Step aside, it's done. Roster's burning sun. Slayers on the run. Futility has won. Step aside, it's done. Roster's burning sun. Slaves, wasted times, error stacking, grievous crimes, echo rules, cross the stain, every gain, endless pain. Now for the team, chase new dreams, fire beam, stop the rocks, ignite the spark, leave the shadows, light the dark. Light the dark.
All right, there we have it. Slater's final strike, brought to you by Will B, who used Suno AI to put together that fine ditty. What'd you think, Los? It was Slater's final strike.
That's a Will B production.
That's a Will B production right there.
Look at Will. Get it on Spotify, man.
There you go. Hey, and Lloyd, I know you're out there, Lloyd. I know you're out there, Lloyd. You're trying to copy us, Lloyd. You can't copy us, man. I know you're out there. You might hate us, even though you call us haters, but you might hate us, but you love us. We know deep down you love us. It's all good. All right. Anyways, Lou, since you talked about Slater's final strike, that's why I had to play it. So
now, of course. I also thought the one thing about this road trip is it looks like Conforto's coming back.
Yes, it
sort
does.
of he's hitting contact before he got injured. But, again, the key, and this has been a lot of the games, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, is a big thing. We got to hit in the clutch, especially on the road against a great team like Cleveland.
Yes.
I think that's big. And then, another pickoff, but hey, that just happens. But I thought 1 for 7, if we just get one hit, either we tie the game or we win. It's just, it's just part of it. But hey, 3-on-3 for a road trip. We may be witnessing a new starter that we drastically need. Not these guys that we're not 100% sure. Like I said, Birdsong, I feel confident every 5 days with him coming in.
Yes, I feel more confident in Birdsong than I do Harrison. I said that before. Yeah. And there's a reason. It seems like he could go to distance. He has a little bit more. He has a bit better command. I mean, come on, man. Gosh, dang.
That's a little bit troubling that the Giants didn't see that. Like, they had all the spring training to look at Harrison, look at Birdsong, and look at their makeup. And Birdsong. I mean, Harrison. He has a fastball. That's the only thing that he has somewhat control of. He doesn't have 2 or 3 pitches that he can rely on, and you can't survive as a starter pitching like that. So
and his command isn't there too either, Los. That's another problem.
He might be a bullpen guy he might be a bridge guy when it's all said and done. I mean, they're going to have to make tough decisions about when all these guys are back, who are going to be their 5 starters and who of the other 2 or 3 remaining are going to go to the bullpen or be sent down altogether. We don't know.
There's going to be tough decisions ahead. Absolutely.
Decisions.
And it just goes to show you a lot of the hype that surrounds certain prospects sometimes doesn't really line up. Remember Harrison, best left-handed rookie or prospect in the minor leagues. I mean, it's not really panning out in the MLB level right now. Yes, he's young, I get it, but when you're being touted as the best left-handed prospect in the minor leagues, that tells me you got some command. You got your stuff. So it makes me wonder, man. You until they prove it in the MLB level, there's nothing you can really say as far as this prospect. Don't get me wrong. There's some guys are out there where it's like, oh, this guy just is a can't miss. You see everything, but did they miss something? I don't know. It's interesting.
It's a lot what we talk about on the show and have been very consistent about is just there's an over infatuation with the speed of a fastball. Mm-hmm. So they see Harrison, he can throw hard, but
but he hasn't been throwing hard either. Have you noticed that he hasn't been throwing hard?
His velocity is down, but Birdsong throws just as hard as him, maybe a little bit harder. And he has two other pitches that he has command of. So
that curveball he has is excellent.
You have to know your talent. You have to know your roster, what you have, what you don't have, what certain things players need to get done. Like we always talk about Luciano. They knew that he wasn't really a shortstop. They should have had him in the outfield years ago. So now we're kind of going through it again where it's like Harrison's got the big hype, but it's actually Birdsong that's coming in quietly, and he just has a better demeanor about him. When he gets people on base, he's calm. And that's huge for a starting pitcher and a young pitcher at that.
Grand, it's not a sub-4 ERA. Far from it. Let's show what he got here. He currently sports a 4.24 ERA. He's got 80 innings pitched, 70 strikeouts, which is less than a strikeout per inning. And then his whip is up there, almost at 1.4.
And it's more than the numbers. Just use your eyes.
It is.
Just use your eyes. We're always consistently saying that. Like, stop getting infatuated with the numbers. Just use your eyes and see which guy has a better command of the strike zone.
You could see it. Yeah, you could see that Birdsong has better command. You could see it.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully Harrison can improve and get better on that.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. But that last start is you got to factor that in, man. It was a start. You see what I'm saying?
You can't just dismiss it.
You just can't say, oh, he had a sub-4 prior to the start. Well, that start is part of his body of work. So you got to put that in, and that was a bad start. I think we could all agree that's a bad start.
He's had a few of those, Eric. You remember when against Philadelphia where he had 3 pitches? Well, he hit 1 and then 2 straight inside. You can just tell he's just shaky. But you got to remember he's young. They're going to be going through these growing pains. Right. The one thing about with the Giants pitchers is we think too much about how it was 10, 12 years ago. We compare Harrison. Oh my God, he's the best since Mad Bum. There's only ever going to be one Mad Bum. So let's stop comparing these young guys to future Hall of Famers. They're Hall of Famers for a reason. Everybody struggled. We all talk about how Matt Williams was his first 2 years. Guy couldn't hit a curveball, but we gave him a chance. And that's one of the things we got to do is be patient. The other thing about Birdsong, he's going well. I just hope he can do this for another 10 starts. A lot of these guys, and maybe it goes back to COVID years, they're used to playing AAA, no pressure, no nothing. And I think AAA is 90 games? Now you're doing 162. It's a big difference, especially when it's the first time around.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And now I'm going to answer this question, Ryan. Ryan's a dedicated viewer. Says, I like Birdsong, but I think we're being hard on Kyle. Okay, real quick, guys. We're not being hard on him. I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm not saying he's washed up. I'm not saying that he's worthless. I'm identifying obvious issues, and we should, as fans, be able to sit there and say, right now, he's not good. I mean, that's what we're saying. I'm not basing this off of just my own feelings. It's what he's doing. It's the numbers, and what he is doing is showing everything you need to know. And that is the information that I'm using to make that my determination on what we're seeing right now with Kyle Harrison. Could it change? Absolutely. Like I said, I don't think we're being hard. We're being realistic.
Yeah.
We're being truthful with what we're saying. We're not just talking shit here.
We always give tough love on this show. Don't misinterpret that. Don't misinterpret that for like we're putting him down. We're pointing out weaknesses that need to be improved, and hopefully they will.
And you know what?
Listen, Eric, one thing is he doesn't have 2 years of pitching in the major leagues on the back of his baseball card.
Correct.
Okay?
Exactly.
It's not like Snell where everybody, Snell's the second half pitcher. Why? Because he's done it.
Yeah, because he's done it.
This is a rookie that you got to just realize came with a very high ceiling. Many times there was opportunities to trade him, but no, he's our future. But again, it's our future. You know, we could be in 2 years from now looking back how tough his growing pains were. And now, you know, you just got to get over it. Remember, it's a big difference between AAA hitters and the major league. The major league are the creme of the creme. You make a mistake, it gets pounded.
Yep.
So, you know, just be patient, guys. We're not being mean. We're just being realistic because this is all we have to see.
This is the body of work. That's it. Exactly. And that's the determination that we have to make. Where was I going to go with that? There was somewhere I was going to go with
Don't be so sensitive, chat. We have enough of that in the world. We don't need it in there.
And we could put the onus on the organization for not Los, if you have a starting pitcher, especially a young one like Harrison, and he missed 3 starts, what do you think they should have done before putting him out there in a major league game?
Had a rehab or 2.
How about that? Yeah, imagine that. Have a freaking rehab game. You know, work out the kinks because the guy hasn't been on the mound in 3 weeks. You're setting up for failure. This is what I keep saying about this organization. They love to set up guys for failure, and that pisses me off.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. And this is a great segue into talk about someone else they screwed with. But guess what happened today? I think he kind of had the last laugh.
Basically a big FU.
Yeah, a big FU. Because guess what? I've been saying it, and I had a video going out for the last, 2-3 weeks? Guess who's an all-star, guys? That's right, Ramos. Hey, we're getting reverb from you there, Dan.
Yeah, I won't stay on long. Just wanted to make a quick appearance. I know it's probably bad signal here. But, yeah, shout out to Ramos and Webb. Awesome. Super excited for those guys. And I got my sunglasses on because I got both eyes dilated here. About ready to maybe have to go in and get some laser surgery on my retina. So anyway, just wanted to just pop in. I got a little signal. I had to step outside because there's no signal inside. So can you guys hear me at all?
There's aliens talking to us right now.
Yeah, sounds like Charlie Brown's teachers talking.
Yeah, you hear that? Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Hey, I won't keep you, but just got give a shout out to Ramos and Webb, man. We called it. We called Ramos, man. We nailed that one since last year. All right, guys. Have a
Good
great
luck,
show.
Danny.
Talk to you
Good
later.
luck.
See you, Dan.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, there was Dan, made an appearance talking about Ramos. Look, this is not about us. This is not about us. Yes, we were talking about Ramos for the longest time, say give him a chance. But it was ultimately up to Heliot Ramos to go out there and produce and earn an all-star nomination. It wasn't given to him. He earned it, and he earned it because of his skill. That's all we wanted. That's all we asked for, is to give the guy a chance. Let's see what he has. And look, as soon as they gave him a chance, the guy is an all-star. I mean, tell me that. How can you not play this guy, and then as immediately as you start playing him, he's an all-star? That's a huge miss, man. That's a huge miss by the organization by not recognizing the talent that they had in their own organization. I don't like it.
That's what we call out, is just the evaluation of our homegrown talent, the evaluation of certain free agents that they choose, certain free agents that they chose not to sign that are doing better. So this evaluation of talent is, for the most part, kind of failing. And shout out to Ramos and Webb for that matter. But
yeah, and Webb, of course, can't forget Webb. That's his first one as well. He deserved it, man. He deserved it last year.
I can't believe he didn't make the All-Star team last year when he was runner-up for Cy Young. I mean, he must have had a hell of a second half. I'm trying to remember how his year played out. But Ramos, look, man, I mean, forget sports. In life, just some guys and women, whoever they may be, just need a chance. They need an opportunity, a real opportunity, not just a flash in the pan, and then you go away. He has always had talent. Like, I first saw Ramos like 3 years ago, and I was actually sitting right behind the on-deck circle in a spring training game, started talking to him a little bit in Spanish. And I could just see, like, the dude was just put together at 21. I could see that he had power to the opposite field. I saw him, like, take infield, outfield. He had a, strong arm. So he had, like, all the tools were kind of there. He just needed to put it all together. And, hey, Major League pitching is no joke. It's a big jump up from AAA. So, sometimes guys don't come up and succeed right away. Look at Jackson Holliday, the Orioles. That guy's a hitting machine, and he struggled. Sometimes the first round, the second round, the third round, you don't get it. But he finally got it, and he was given an opportunity, yes, by injury. Let's be real. That's what happened. The only reason he's there is by injury. But you know what? Whatever. He's there, and hopefully he's there to stay. And hopefully Farhan can just say, hey, you know what? I missed on that one. It'd be nice if he came forward and said that in a next time he does an interview. That would be nice. Take a little accountability. Fans like that stuff.
Yeah, we'll see.
I doubt it.
Exactly. But, I like what you're saying about Ramos. I mean, just give the guy an opportunity to see what you have. And it's just absolutely incredible, how they didn't give him that chance. And even, and I've talked about this before, at the end of the season press conference last year, Farhan even said it was a mistake. He should have played him more to see what he had. And then you don't even give him that chance in 2024. You're 2 weeks into spring training and you already cut him. Yeah. Doesn't even start the team doesn't even start on the opening day roster. And he should have.
And one of the big reasons we've gone after Slater and Yaz is because as long as they're on the roster, they're going to block him. They're going to block him because you feel a need to have to play the guys that are making $4 and $8 million respectively. If they're not on the roster, then they can't block them. Then you put your poker chips all to the table and said, we're going all in on Ramos. And like I always say, when you give a guy confidence, especially a young player, if he has the talent, he's going to come through for you. And
exactly.
Now we just need to get Matos to come along and take the Ramos 401k plan.
Yeah. Nice.
Man, try out my
And to your point, I don't want Ramos to, I want him to keep doing what he's doing. And I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. The guy just has a great approach when he's at the plate. He plays a fantastic outfield, I think. I think he plays a great outfield. And I don't see him, barring injury, because you know how that always can happen. I would love to see him keep continuing. Keep doing it, man. So, Lou, what did you think about the All-Star nominations here?
I was actually surprised that the Giants got two. I'm a big fan giving them great, but the Giants people that have played in the All-Star game, we've had sort of a bad tradition where they'll have a great year, they go to the All-Star game, and then usually something happens, and the rest of the year they falter. So, but hey, it's great for Webb. I mean, without him, who knows how far back we'd be? Because at least he's been competitive. But
hey, let's be honest, Lou. Both of them, both Webb and Ramos,
and
are huge parts of this team.
Your guy Eric that fills in about minor leagues when he came
Cody.
on. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. We talked about the loss of David Bell when he ran our minor league program and he went to Cincinnati. I don't think we realized how great he was with the talent, because when he's gone, I'm not really sure if it's Farhan or who's really in charge of that now. But we would have never, ever looked someone like Ramos or Matos. We keep hearing about these names, and maybe David Bell says, hey, they're not ready yet. Let's just do a couple more years. But with him gone, I don't know who's in charge of our minor league stuff. I don't know if it's Farhan because of his, we need this guy because we got a lefty coming. I just don't know who's in charge. David Bell was
Kyle Haynes, right? Isn't that the guy,
years.
Kyle Haynes? I think Kyle Haynes is the guy, the minor league guy, right?
I'm not sure who it is, but whoever it is not doing.
But how do you have a guy, an all-star, and he didn't come up? He didn't, and then when we weren't doing well at the beginning of the year, he was still stuck in the minors. Remember, he didn't come up until the second week of May or the first week of May. And again, who knows if he wouldn't have been up if we didn't have the injuries? All this stuff. He could still be stuck down there. I'm just glad he was given a chance. He took the chance, and he'll never go back down now. I mean, you look at our lineup. It's nice to have a 3, 4, 5 hitter where you believe in him. It's pretty nice considering, Solar still can hit when it counts. He's gone through streaks, but, I mean, he's huge. As Los, me and Eric have been talking, when these teams get smart and they start pitching around Ramos, that's when we get more concerned because he's hitting great contact. Even his outs are loud.
Yes.
And I like him in the 3 spot. I didn't like him at leadoff. He's just an RBI guy. And the Giants need more of those guys that can drive in runs. And that's kind of a waste leading off, having an RBI guy leading off. So I like him in the 3 hole. Just leave him there. It's kind of ironic. We've been begging for him to play. And I can't remember the last time he had a day off. That kid might need a day off. He's played. I mean, look it up. I want to say he's probably played 25 to 30 straight games.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a day off.
No.
And the ball just sounds different when it comes off his bat.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the good thing is they have a day off tomorrow, which is nice. So that helps a little bit. But we're getting ready to go to an All-Star break here soon. So
by the way, Eric, about tomorrow, just so you know, that's the Willie Mays celebration tomorrow. And it's open to the public at Oracle Park. In case you didn't know, it's free to the public. You can go. They're going to have a nice little ceremony.
Awesome.
So I just wanted, make sure, our chat knows about it. If you're not doing anything tomorrow afternoon, you can go to Oracle and they're going to have a nice little service for Willie Mays, free, open to the public with,
Is it just for
Giants fans and everything there.
Lou, is it just for Willie or are they going to combine it with Cepeda?
I'm sorry?
Are they going to just do it for Willie or are they going to combine it?
They never bought anything up about Orlando. It was just purely for Willie because I know they got this ready for him before Orlando unfortunately passed away.
Right.
Right.
Got it.
Well, there you go, guys. Anyone in the Bay Area, go check it out. Go check out the memorial for good old Willie Mays. That should be nice. Did they announce who's going to be speaking and all that stuff, or is it?
Probably the usual Larry Bear and some others, but they're going to have former players. I mean, again, they've had a couple weeks. Usually the Giants, this is where they really step up pretty well when they do a celebration.
This is their wheelhouse for sure.
They'll pull something out. Besides obviously Barry's going to be there. Certain players. Who knows? But I'm sort of surprised that Comcast. I looked at least on the Comcast schedule. They weren't going to televise it, which is sort of weird. I don't know how
that's
that
weird.
Works, but
that's weird. What's up, Luis?
The greatest player of all time. You get to go. Why not?
Yep.
I think one thing we should talk about, guys, is I don't know. There's a lot of chat about it. I don't want to hear your guys' opinion about it, and that's Melvin's use of the bullpen. There's a certain skill I think you need. Not every manager has it. Bochy obviously was a genius at it. But I think Melvin, again, is getting a little bit too caught up into the matchups, into the statistics, what the printouts say. Oh, this guy is hitting only 120 against him. I'm going to bring him in. And I think it's more to it than that. I think you need to know, like, whoever their bullpen coach is, their pitching coach, you know, when they're down in the bullpen, you kind of know when a pitcher's kind of going good, when they're not going good. So sometimes you throw out matchups, you know, you throw it out the window and you just kind of go with your gut and your feel. And he's going to have to get better at that because the Giants are not a powerhouse team. Their margin for error is very small. They need to have a lot of things go right for them to win. And in these close games, if he brings in the wrong person that maybe is not pitching too well, they've lost a lot of games with the bullpen this year. And
they have.
And I bring that up because, like we just talked about 20 minutes ago, they're going to have to make decisions on who's going from the rotation to the bullpen. And you got to be able to know how to use them. Like Kyle Harrison, he may go to the bullpen. That doesn't mean he can only get out left-handed hitters. You know, don't just think that. You know,
right.
He has a pretty wicked slider that if he's got command can go down and in and get out right-handed hitters. So let's kind of lose the lefty-righty, just like by the book, and let's just go a little bit more with gut and feel. Know your talent, know who's pitching well, and hopefully Melvin can get better in that aspect. Exactly.
Hey, Outlaw, we'll get into that in a little bit about the trade. But you know what, Los? It's even, we talk about gut and feel, but it even takes more than that. All it takes is, as a manager, it should take observation skills. And what I'm talking about is you got guys in a bullpen. Okay. Are one of your guys dealing with something that, may be personal? Did they have a good night's sleep? Are they are they overcoming some type of sickness? Are they whatever? Did they have a long night the night before? Did lately, we noticed a little something going on here, going on there, whatever. It just takes observation and knowing your guys and then making those decisions. Now, sometimes you may have to go to a guy that's not going to be at the top of his game for the simple fact of availability, because everyone's got to be ready. But as a manager and a quote unquote leader, you need to know these things. What the thing that pisses me off right now is his continued aversion to going with freaking Luke Jackson, especially in high leverage. Look, if you got a garbage, if you're down by 3 or 4, or if you're up by 3 or 4, okay, that's when you bring the guy in, but not when you're down by 1 or up by 1. That's not when you bring in Jackson. Again, is there an availability? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but it seemed like there was someone else you could go. And here's another thing. Why did they get rid of Bivens? Why did they put him in a bullpen rather than freaking Luke Jackson and just DFA him and eat the money? Because he's not doing nothing for you, right?
Play the better players. Play the guys that are playing better.
I understand you paid a lot of money probably for Luke Jackson compared to Bivens, but damn, man, the guy's not doing. This is July 7th, right? He's got to have something. And he hasn't shown nothing right now. And you can't keep risking losing games, especially when you're barely a 500 team right now. If you want to get anything going, every win is going to matter right now. From here on out, every win is going to matter. So those are the decisions that I don't quite understand. And maybe it's above Melvin's head, but I agree. He has an issue, I think, with bullpen usage.
Yeah.
He did that with.
He had that issue with
Laval.
the Padres. He had it with the Padres too.
That too. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Lou? Do you see anything different?
No, I think, I'm not a fan of Luke Jackson because 4 of his last 5 times he's come in, he's given up the long ball. So it's not like he's getting rocked. He's been giving up home runs left and right. And remember, I think it was about a week ago, they bought him in the 8th inning of a tie game.
Yes.
And he gave up a 3-run shot. Yesterday, Eric was all upset because it was a 1-run game. I think it was the 6th or 7th. And again, he gives up another torpedo.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if the ball's not going, but he just gets rocked.
Good one, Luke.
Another torpedo. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
The other thing, too, is we know about this, where our bullpen is. We've been saying it all year. We knew it in April. We're overusing the bullpen, right?
Yes.
Because of our starter situation. Okay. Yes. Well, then if we're going to do anything, maybe at the trade deadline, try to get another arm. Because these guys, their arms are going to fall off, and we're still only in the beginning of July. I saw a thing the other day. Tyler, the righty, he's already pitched in 59 games. I mean, my God. You know, at this rate, he's going to go over 100 games.
I'm waiting to see his arm just fall off when he gets on him.
You know, and again, Los brought this up, and I know we brought this up. We were spoiled because we probably had the greatest manager ever to work the bullpen in Bochy.
Correct.
There was nobody like him. And plus, with Bochy, everybody had a role, and they knew about it. You know, you hear about that in 2010, 12, 14 Giants. Everyone knew their role. Our bullpen now, except for Duvall, you have no clue when you're coming in. You could be coming in the third. You could be coming in the fifth. You could be coming, you know, in the seventh. You could be maybe coming 1/2 inning, 3 batters. You just don't know. So these guys every day, you know, they just go for it, you know, and we can't do that with our team. I think Los brings up a great point. We are so razor thin on our mistakes, you know, where we have problems where, I mean, it's this whole road trip, we could have won all 6 games when you really look back at it. But, you know, we make little mistakes, especially on the road. You know, it happens. But, you know, I don't think anyone knows the role at all. You know, I mean, we had Miller, who's usually our, you know, when we go to the bullpen, he pitched tonight in the 8th. It's like,
yeah,
you know, it just gets to a point where you got to know your role. And I think with Bochy, everyone knew their role. And with Melvin, I don't think he's that great of a bullpen manager. Let me put it that way.
Doesn't seem that way. And on top of that, you have someone in the front office who doesn't really care about that type of stuff. It's just plugging in. It's just plugging in pitchers. That's all it is. It's not about certain roles, where they can succeed, where they may fail. It's just you got certain stuff. Go out there and do what you got to do. That's what it seems to be. Cliff Martinez comes with a nice comment. Says this was predictable at the start of the season when the Giants entered the season with Cobb, Ray, and Beck on IL. No spring for Snell, and Hicks and Harrison expected to eat innings as first-year starters. Been saying that all year long, Cliff. I've been saying that all year long. And
Hicks was never a starter, remember. Hicks had never started all season.
Right, and this is the issue that I talked about. I didn't say that Hicks – listen to me. I did not say Hicks and Harrison are awful. What we're saying is they haven't been put in this position before, and there's a potential that they can fail. That's the issue that I have. And you shouldn't do that. As a GM, you need to put together a roster who's going to compete. Yes, if you got some guys in there that you can, you know, hey, this guy hasn't gone a whole season, but we got another 4 guys in the rotation that's going to be good. But you signed Cobb, you traded for Ray, you got Harrison, and you got Hicks. You got 4 guys in your rotation right there that haven't experienced this before. Well, 2 of them, they have, but they're coming off injury, significant injury. Again, I said this before. It's not like they stubbed their big toe. The one's coming off a hip surgery. One's coming off an elbow. Don't know what to expect. Hicks has never gone through a complete season as a starter. Harrison has not gone through a complete season as a starter. Talking about major league level. So you're opening yourself up for issues, and we're starting to see that. Now, look what's happened. The last 2 starts. Yesterday, how many innings did Harrison go? 4 1/3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Today, Birdsong goes 4 2/3. You're not helping your bullpen. Do you see this? This is the problem. So you're putting starters where they're supposed to be starters, but they're not going the length of starters, and now you're relying on the bullpen.
And let's face it, Farhan basically got Hicks for bullpen money, and he got he got him for $11 million, which is bullpen money, and he got him as a starter, and it's worked well. But he had to know that he was going to run out of gas around July or August, and that's what's happening.
Well, the thing is they're sitting there and they're saying the cavalry is coming, Cobb, Ray, and Snell. They think that this is going to be the solution. So far, Snell hasn't shown anything. He might. He very well might. We'll see. The jury is still out.
They have 8 starters, and the only surefire is if assuming Snell does his thing in the back end of the second half of the season, which he's known for. It's Snell and Webb, and that's it. I mean,
right now, though,
6 other starters.
It's just Webb right now. That's it. Everyone else is going 5 innings. That's it, maybe. If we're lucky, they go 5 innings. They don't go past 5 innings. And then on top of that, so not only are you blowing out your bullpen by doing that, by covering 4 innings every damn game, But then when you have any kind of injuries to the rotation, now you're going to bullpen game. So now you're putting even more pressure on the bullpen.
See, I think the Giants have something here with all these starters, but I don't know if they're smart enough to know how to use them. We will see. But let's say, for example, Birdsong is one of the starters. Let's say
I'm fine with Birdsong. I think Birdsong can go to distance.
I agree. I think he should be one of the starters. I really do. Let's say he's a starter and he goes 5 1/3. And let's say Harrison comes in and he finishes it up. So instead of, again, like we've talked about before, instead of using 6 pitchers to cover 9 innings, they use 2. That saves the bullpen because they have 8 starters now. So now you got guys that can go 3 or 4 innings. So if that starter does go 5, you have somebody that's kind of a starter that can go 4. Or you can start Harrison and then finish up with Hicks. They can cover 9 innings. 2 guys instead of 6.
The Giants got to go to a wingman. So you got a guy who's only attached to you because, for example,
if it works, it works.
Bivens, you're gonna be Hicks's bullpen guy or your wingman. So Hicks, you go out there and you go throw 4. Bivens, you go out there and throw 3, and then you guys are attached.
Yeah, they're like tennis. They're like tennis doubles partners.
Exactly.
Oh, you're going to see Harrison and Bivens today. And then tomorrow you're going to see Hicks and Birdsong.
Right. So Bivens will never throw again until it comes time for Hicks start again. Do you see what I'm saying? They're attached. Yeah. It's like you're getting 2 pitchers. Man.
That's right up Farhan's alley, though. He wants to be inventive and creative and be the first one to come up with, hey, let's use a wrestling term. This is our tag team that we're going to use on you. For this game. But I always like when you have a starter that can, like a righty, and then you bring in a lefty because it's just, again, pitching is throwing the hitter's timing off. So if you have Birdsong throw the first 5 innings, he throws his fastball and changeup. Then you bring in Harrison and he throws his fastball that moves up and into left-handers and his slider. That's giving guys a whole different perspective. That might work when it's all said and done. We'll see. We don't know what we're going to get out of Ray and Cobb.
No, we don't.
We really don't. And we're forgetting about Keaton Wynn. I mean, when
he's got a bad elbow. Yeah.
When his split is on, he's nasty. But I don't think he's going to be reliable.
He hasn't. Yeah.
And it's possible, during the World Series years. And again, another pitcher we take for granted. Petit was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Petit would go 3 innings, 5 innings. A spot starter. I mean, my God, he almost pitched a perfect game once, almost a no-hitter. It's okay to take someone and make him a different style pitcher.
Yes.
I mean, one of the things Eric keeps saying is Hicks cannot go past the 5th inning. Okay.
He hasn't.
Let's maybe make him our 6th, 7th, 8th pitcher. 6th, 7th, 8th inning. It's okay to adjust. I mean, we're at the point now where we're already past the halfway point. We have to think, how are we going to make the playoffs? Get the egos out of the door, get these guys with the roles, and let's go for it. We can't keep saying, oh, well, we got these guys coming back. I mean, my God, Snell coming back is going to be great, hopefully. But all I ever hear is, oh, God, he went to single A, he struck out 12 guys. And then he went to triple A, struck out 10. And then he gets to the pros. His command is all over the place. Yeah. He gives up 4 runs on 8 hits and 2/3 of an inning. Like, what the hell?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You're basically halfway through the season now.
Yes,
you have to know your roster. You have to know who you're going to roll with, what roles they're going to be in, and make a run for it, like Lou said. I mean, you have to be able to, again, cut bait on certain guys if they're not going to be part of the future. Just don't bench them. Just cut them. Again, cut the roadblock. And go with the guys that give you that's sports. Who gives us the best chance to win? That's it. It's that simple. I don't care if it's a rookie. I don't care if he's making $800,000. I don't care if he's making $32 million. Who gives us the best chance to win? And go with that. And that's where Melvin and Farhan and I hope Posey's in there are all having a group meeting and comparing notes. And I hope Farhan doesn't get the final answer because, like we've seen, his evaluation of talent is mediocre at best. So I'm hoping other guys in the room have voices and are heard.
Yep. Michael says, Eric, you keep preaching to let the kids play. That should apply to the kids trying to pitch. Yeah, I said that. But the problem is, Michael, the entire roster except minus Webb, can't go deep. And you can't do that. You can't put a roster together where you got 4 pitchers who aren't towing the line as a starting pitcher. You're putting way too much pressure on these young kids when you just want to go out there and let them get their taste and the MLB level. I mean, that's tough. I agree. They need to pitch, but you also need to put them in a position to where they're going to succeed. That's the issue that I have.
I wish these young guys would really, really watch Webb pitch. And I really wish they would pick his brain in between starts, because Webb pitches to contact. The reason he goes, 6, 7, sometimes 8 innings almost every time out, and we talk about how important that is for helping a bullpen, is because he's not trying to strike out every guy. He gets a lot of 1 or 2 pitch outs because
he wants those ground balls.
He throws strikes. There's nothing for me that's more frustrating than a guy that has great stuff. And this is Snell to a T, has great stuff, gets 0-2, and he starts nibbling. So instead of getting the guy out in 3 pitches or 4 pitches, he's taking 8 or 9 because they start fouling things off. They get it to 3-2, he walks a guy. So you just do 9 pitches or so just to walk a guy. If you watch Snell pitch, and we saw it earlier in the year, he gets 0-2 and 1-2 on a lot of guys. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to get the strikeout every single time and make the perfect pitch. He's got probably the best stuff on the team. That's what's frustrating about Snell. He's got nasty stuff. Trust your stuff. Throw it in the strike zone. Hey, if they hit it, you tip your hat. But you got a pretty good defense behind you. Get the outs. You're pitching in a pitcher's ballpark. You should be able to pitch to contact and go 6 or 7 innings every time out.
There you go.
Hey, Eric, I don't know if you saw the Red Sox-Yankee game tonight, if anybody saw it. So they had a pitcher named for Boston named Crawford.
Carl Crawford.
They kept commenting. His first 5 innings, he was at 44 pitches. He only struck out 1 batter. So exactly what Lowe says is he was going against the Yankees that have a pretty good lineup last time I looked. He believed in his defense behind him, got ahead of the count, and then just, let the guy hit it, and then the defense took care of it. I mean, it was 43 pitches going into the beginning of the 6th inning. I've never seen it so much. But, the problem with the Giants, is, especially Snell, is he's always behind. It's always full. And before you know it, how many times do you see the 3rd inning and the Giants pitchers are at 45, maybe 50, maybe 60 pitches already? Then they can only maybe go 2 more innings.
Yep.
It's a big key. I think Loach brings up a great point. Because Webb, if you saw Webb the other night, he had a real bad first inning, got through the second, but his 3rd, 4th, 5th inning, I think it was 31 pitches. That was it. You got to let the defense behind you do the job. And I think that's the greatest thing about Webb is maturity on pitching. You see Harrison's trying to strike everybody out. He's trying to do the immaculate inning, 9 strikes on, for 3 batters. It's not going to happen. Before you know it, he's at 44 pitches still in the 2nd inning.
Exactly.
And the beauty with Webb is he can throw all 4 of his pitches command-wise for strikes. So he can get strike 1 on you with a fastball, with a slider, with his sinker, or with his curveball. And Harrison, he gets strike 1 basically with his fastball. That's the only pitch he can really get over consistently with command. And even that's shaky sometimes. Yeah. Birdsong to me is above and ahead of Harrison because he can get 3 pitches over for strikes pretty consistently. And when you can do that as a starter, then you can get those 1 and 2 pitch outs a lot easier. And
very confident
into games. Yeah. And the other thing that the pitchers have to know and understand is the game of baseball. It's not just the Giants. It's all across baseball. There's a lot of teams that their goal is to get the starter out of the game. So they're taking a lot more pitches. So, if I'm a pitcher and it's okay, you're going to take pitches. Okay. I'm going to get, I'm going to get 0-1, 0-2 on you. You're going to take these pitches. How many times we watched games this year where guys are taking called 3 strike, 3rd strike right down the middle, fastballs. Today's game is guessing so much. And these pitchers have got to understand if they just throw strikes and don't nibble, they can have go deeper into games a lot more consistently. And the pitching coach should be saying this. You don't need to hear it from NorCal Sports Network. Listen to your pitching coach should be telling you these things. So hopefully the Giants get better at that. And if they do, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Exactly. Outlaw 559 down there in Bakersfield donates $2. Makes it simple. Fire Farhan. Aaron Lost, your buddy from Chicago, right, Los?
That's right, Aaron.
Chicago nice. Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers, the best.
All right. What do we got in here now, guys? How you still good, Los? No worries?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's see. Johnny T, 16. There is a difference between bad and mid. Like Ryan said, this team is mid, but being mid still sucks. I don't like it either. I don't like this chasing to 500, man. Oh, okay. 559 is Fresno. I thought it's Bakersfield too, right? Right? Isn't Bakersfield 559? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think it does encompass Fresno.
Doesn't everybody kind of think that if news breaks that Slater has been released, doesn't everybody kind of consensus think that, oh shit, they're serious? Now we're talking business. They're committing towards, maybe the younger guys by doing. Until they do that, as long as they keep him around, he has not earned his job. Let's be real, guys. He has not earned a place on this roster. He had that one good game or two good games when he came back. And how many people on here on the chat were talking Slater this and Slater that? We told you he was good. Where are you now?
Yeah, I know.
I
know, man.
The dude is just not.
He's not
worthy
close.
at all.
There are
incredible. 6 outfielders better than him right now.
Los, he came up today and struck out again. Last night, Eric looked up his stats. He has struck out 1/3 of his times at bat this year. 1/3. And now he's batting below 200.
There's no justification for him being on the roster. He's been passed.
There's none. There's none.
Right now, Wisely is above him, even though he's not an outfielder. He's just a better player, and that's another interesting guy. Wisely's earned his, to 100%. Me, he should be the shortstop. 100%. And maybe even the second baseman. I don't know. Ahmed and Estrada, they got to earn it back. They really do. Wisely's been a good addition. And again, we talk about Ramos and Matos a lot, but Wisely's another guy that kind of came out of nowhere. He's been given a chance. He's been given an opportunity.
And I give Farhan credit. He found him. I'll give him credit.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit.
And he needs to play against lefties. We need to see what he can do against lefties. Stop sitting him. Let's see what he can do. I like his approach, and I like his hustle. That was a good find. But what good is finding a guy if you don't commit to him?
Thank you.
It's like Farhan loves going to these garage sales and finding these cheap pieces, and then it just sits in the corner and just collects dust. What good is that? Hey, I got this for a cheap price. Do you use it? No. Then it's not a good deal, man.
Oh, Wilmer doesn't need to be traded. He just needs to be let go, to be honest with you, man. The guy is he's been pretty damn awful. You might as well just cut your losses. No one's going to trade for him. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe he just needs a scene. I don't know. He's a veteran, but
I like
still.
Wilmer a lot, but he's another one. He's done. I think he's done. He's regressed. That's sports, man.
And Asif, or Asif, I should say, man, he really wants us to hammer Melvin. I think we kind of did. Didn't we kind of hammer Melvin a little bit? You tell me, guys.
We know Asif is the co-founder of the President Fans Club of Robert Rothberg.
Now he's not that bad. I see where he's coming from.
I know.
But he wants us to hammer Melvin. I think we
got on Melvin and his use of the bullpen for sure.
We talked about his bullpen usage. It's not good. Look what he did with Doval too. Remember that? He screwed them all up, bringing them in unsafe situations for no reason.
Well,
this trading deadline is going to be so interesting.
Oh, bro. Okay, let's get into this. What do you think, Los?
It's coming up pretty soon.
It's real soon. What do you think? We're talking like 3 weeks. What do you think happens?
What do I think happen, or what do I want to happen?
Oh, this is a good call. Hold on. This ties in a little bit. PJ, haven't seen you before, but welcome. He goes, 4th place in the division. What is going to change and make them a playoff club? Let's kind of adjust that. Is it possible are they really in a position? I guess they
Well, the National League is really bad, so yes, they're in a position. They're in a position, but they need to play. They just need to be more consistent. They play really good baseball, and then they play really lousy. They're very, very up and down. We don't know what the identity of this team is. Is it a pitching team? We know it's not a speed team. They're the worst stolen base team in the league. So we know they're not that. They're not a power hitting team because they don't hit for a lot of power. They don't have a great rotation. They got one guy, basically, 1.5 guys if you count Hicks. They kind of have a bullpen, so we don't know what this team is. They don't have an identity. So what's going to put them to be a playoff team?
Yeah.
Very simple. Just guys that have not played well so far. Soler, Conforto to a point.
Everybody's saying Slater has been traded. Let me check this out. Hold on, guys. If you guys are
don't put that out there if it's not true, man.
If you're jerking me around, man, you're going to get the boot.
You're going to get a fat timeout.
Let's take a gander, guys.
Slater traded to the Reds for
who?
what?
A bag of peanuts? Hold on, let me see this, Alex.
Yeah, I was clamoring earlier in the year for 2, brand new pitching machines for him. It's true.
Or was it a player to be named later?
Where are we going? Hold on.
Can we get some breaking news music?
Yeah, buddy. Here we go. Look at this. There we go, guys. From Alex Pavlovich, the Giants traded Austin Slater for cash considerations to the Cincinnati Reds. Oh, they got a left-handed pitcher, Alex Young, a former Giant who has been optioned to AAA. He's gone! Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Get out of here. Hey, Lou, you had your premonition, man. You said, was this Slater's final strike? And it was. He's out of here. Did you hear that, Lloyd? Lloyd, did you hear that? Your buddy Slater is out of here. The one you wanted to back. Get out of here, man. Finally.
Let us all take a moment and
let's go.
Let us all take a moment and bow our heads and have a 5 seconds of silence for Austin Slater.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, dude.
Get out of here, man.
They're serious. The Giants are serious. That's a big step for them.
Let's go, man. That's what I'm talking about.
To let go of a favorite that the front office and the manager really love. So
get out of here. Get out of here.
Kudos to the Giants.
Finally, I could sit there and say they made a good decision. Yeah. It was about damn time. And Lou, remember how you said he was disgusted with that last strike? I wonder if he already knew at that time. I wouldn't be surprised. Because you said he had that look on his face, right?
That's a great point. It was like, hey, I've been traded. Why am I going to even give an effort?
Let's go,
he's
man.
A professional. I mean, that's kind of a shitty thing, but
yes, I will give credit to Farhan. You did well, Farhan. Do some more of that.
You didn't have to travel far just from Cleveland to Cincinnati. You didn't have to leave the state.
Yeah.
Hey, Asif,
here's a bus ticket to Cincinnati, buddy.
Hey, Asif, we don't know what happened behind closed doors. They may have had a vote. All right, show of hands on who wants to get rid of Slater. There might have been 4 guys with their hands up, and Farhan might have had his hands down and didn't want to do it. So we cannot give him credit. We do not know what happened behind closed doors.
Let's go. Now,
who gives a crap about who gets the credit? The bottom line is he's not here anymore.
Exactly.
That means Matos, Wisely, and Ramos obviously are full steam ahead.
So the
next person is Luke Jackson.
His contract was like $4.3 million, so he probably still is owed probably $2 million. We said we'll pay the rest of the contract and we'll take this Alex Young guy, former Giant that didn't work out the first time, but we need pitching. So what the hell?
There we go.
If they get rid of Yaz next, now we're really. That
Luke Jackson needs to be next right now. Right now, it has to be Luke Jackson.
Luke Jackson needs to be
Luke
DFA.
Jackson, Eric, I saw in the comments, does Luke Jackson make $11.2 million a year?
Don't even say that. Hold on. Does it
that's
say
what somebody wrote in the comment. Or is that his contract, like 2 years for 11?
Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't think
that's the biggest bust ever.
Oh, 100% it is. That's unbelievable, man. There we go. It's about time, man. God, we've been saying this forever, man.
Big news. When Dan's not here, things happen.
Hey, Dan, don't come on no more. Don't come on no more. Oh, my gosh. It's about damn time.
That you know what's ironic is the Reds, who are a young team, traded for him. I mean, who cares at the end of the day? But I just find it funny that the Reds would want a guy that is not very good right now, and he's a veteran. Like, I'm really curious to see.
Oh, the Giants are gonna face the Reds too after the All-Star break. I think isn't that one of their first home or one of their first road trips? Yeah. Is going to Cincinnati and Washington.
Maybe David Bell wants him. Maybe after the season, future coaching job or something. You don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, David Bell would know Slater. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He knows Slater because he was the minor league director when he was coming up.
Yeah.
If they got
rid of now is off the books. I don't know what happened on the 40-man roster because obviously if he left, the other
they signed that pitch. They signed a pitcher. They signed a pitcher, but they optioned him to AAA. Mm-hmm. But is he on the 40-man? Dan says I put a comment out there about Slater.
Or the 26-man, because Slater was on our 26-man roster.
What did Dan say? Crazy as it sounds, Slater might find himself in that ballpark and a change of scenery.
Good for him. Maybe. Don't wish anything bad on him. Just want to see younger, better talent play. That's all.
That's all.
Nothing personal against Slater. Thank you for your 9 years here? Yeah, that's a long
8.
time.
I think this was his 9th, right? But he was an 8-year. He was the longest tenured Giant.
That's hard to believe.
Wally Pip.
What is that?
Wally Pip.
Dan.
Okay, Dan.
What are you doing, dude? You got 2 sets of glasses on. What are you doing, Dan?
I got 2 glasses because I got my sunglasses. My eyes are dilated. All right. I hear my name. You see my name on there?
Yeah.
See my new name? I'm Wally Pip. All right. I put a bunch of comments in there, and you won't read my damn comments, so I'm jumping in.
We don't read it unless it's a super chat.
Donate, Dan. Donate.
Donate to the show. Donate to the show, man.
What did you say? Talk to us.
Donate to myself.
I don't see him at all.
Hey, I don't know if they're coming in, but been put in there. I just put in there about Slater. Strange as this sounds,
change of scenery.
He might find himself in that ballpark. That is a good ballpark for him. He goes to right field a lot. That's a short porch. He's getting out of San Francisco. He's going to be a veteran there. He'll go in as a pinch hitter. Hey, sometimes guys' reins are up, man. The guy played well a couple years ago. He looks washed up, but you know what? Good for the Giants. Good for him. Time to get him out of here. It's a show of confidence for Matos, I believe. You saw that coming. He wasn't getting the playing time, and the fact that I almost said something today. I think there was he pinch hit for Yaz today, and do you remember what Kuiper said? He said,
I don't watch the Giants broadcast. I watch the other teams.
I knew something was up when Kuiper said he made a comment. He says, when I was playing, he said, man, I could have done that. Why'd you pinch hit for me? I knew that there was something close because you don't turn on us. You don't say that about one of your veterans that's been around a long time. So there was that. My other comment was, and I'll let you guys get going back to the show. I'm just sitting here waiting, for this doctor. But Giants are 44-47, 71 games remaining on the season. To win 84 games, they have to go 40-31, 563 clip. Don't see that happening when you haven't been a 500 team all year.
Correct. Exactly, Dan. That's going to make it really tough. It really is. There's no doubt about that. And here's another thing, Dan, what we were talking about. David Bell has worked with Slater when he was the the minor league director for the Giants. So he has history with Slater. So that's probably going to help Slater that he knows somebody that's going to be managing that club.
We did say, Dan, if they committed to the young guys, though, they would win. So so now it looks like they're committing to them. So let's see what happens.
Can you hear us, Dan? Or are you frozen? I think he's frozen. He's frozen. He's out. Anonymous. Yes, to the Red Sox for cash and a bowl of chowder. A bowl of chowder. Why not? Along and take Luke Jackson with them.
Yeah. This is phase one. Phase one is Slater out. Phase two will be Jackson goes. And you know how things always happen in threes.
Oh, there you go.
Who's going to be the third person? You know,
exactly.
It might not be Slater. It might be Ahmed. Who knows? It might be some sleeper.
That's what I said, Will Martinez.
Isn't Snell pitching Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday, I think, right?
Yeah.
Snell? I think so. Yep.
$46 jerseys, Cliff. Nice.
But what I was saying, Dan, is David Bell has history with Slater when he was the minor league director for the Giants. So he knows Slater. Slater, I'm sure, knows him. So it's a good spot for him for going to Cincinnati. At least he knows somebody there. We'll see how that works.
Who is replacement the right-hand batter when we go against a lefty?
Matos
for sure.
Yeah, why not? I'm sure he's the man now, right? I think he's the bench guy for. He's the bench guy for sure. I don't think he's going to go back down.
I like when they bring Fitzgerald up. I'm just thinking, out loud.
I like Fitzgerald.
Certified boogeyman. I can't believe Weasel Face Farhan kept Ramos down so long. Kid's a stud. Yeah, how about that? It's amazing. Remember, Los, do you remember when we were talking about this before the season started? I think we even talked it last year. Everyone was saying Ramos doesn't have it. I saw people in this chat say Ramos doesn't have it. He's had a long enough look.
Yeah.
He just isn't a major league player. He's a 4A player. He doesn't have. Remember that? And all we never said that the guy was going to be a superstar. We never said he was going to be an all-star. We just said, we don't know. Play the guy. Let's see what he has. And then we can make our determination from there. That's all we
76 at bats over 2.5 years is
correct.
Chance. So those people were not really thinking about what they were saying. I mean, if you see a guy for a long time and he does not have it, then you can kind of make a comment. No, but you're right, man. There was a lot in the chat that was just like Ramos is done. And now I'm seeing quite a few people in the chat saying Matos doesn't have it. So it blows my mind away how, again, it's not everybody, but there's so little patience for the young guys and such a long leash for the veterans. Like you rarely see, Slater doesn't have it. Slater doesn't have it. No, it's like, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Yes, give him a chance. Because I guess they have history. And since they've done it in the past, they feel that they're going to do it in the future. I get that. But you also got to know that young players, again, use your eyes. Look at the eye test. Look at the physical skills that they have. And if they put it together on the mental side, they could be not just average players, which I'm sorry, the Giants for the last few years have had just too many average players. If they want to be an upper echelon team, they need more 4- and 5-star players. And sometimes it takes longer than normal to get it done. You can't just get an Ohtani here for, $500 million and just plug them in. Sometimes you need to have these homegrown guys hit. And,
exactly.
And Ramos is one of them. And let's see what Matos can do now. He needs to make adjustments. He was very hot earlier in the year. The league caught up to him and started doing some different things. So now it's his turn to counter back. But we're not giving up on Matos yet.
No, not at all. I mean, he's kind of where I guess Ramos was in age-wise. But let's see what happens. Mike, you missed it. I said Farhan did good. He got rid of that guy finally. But then look, you got to think about this too, Mike. How many misses has Farhan had? He's had quite a bit in his 6 years as president of baseball operations. He's had a lot of misses, and he probably should have gotten. He's a little bit late on getting rid of Slater, to be honest with you, by a couple of years. Now that he's done it,
and again, we don't know if he got rid of Slater. he's going to get maybe the credit for it, but he could we don't know, Mike. He very well behind the scenes could have been fighting to keep Slater. And he got so overwhelmingly outvoted, like earlier in the year, like a few guys said, nah, get rid of Slater. And now it's like everybody's saying, dude, get rid of Slater, get rid of Slater, get rid of Slater. So if you have all the other front office people telling Farhan, nah, dude, you're wrong, he eventually caves in. He gets no credit for that. We don't know.
Exactly.
And to be honest, who cares? But no, we can't give credit to Farhan for getting rid of Slater because he shouldn't have been on the roster at all.
He's had a lot of misses. I'm talking about Farhan. And look, has he had some hits? Sure, he's had some hits, but he's had a lot of misses
than hits.
He's had a lot more misses. Let's be honest, guys. He's had a lot more misses than hits.
He will get credit when he gets more. When his batting, Farhan is the consummate batting average of today's hitters. He's hitting under 200. When he hits over 333, in other words, he gets more than 1 out of 3 right, or he gets more half right, then he will get credit. But I don't understand why there's such an obsession for him to get credit or not. Like, again, none of the things we say ever are personal towards him. This is just based on decisions that he has made and not made that has affected this team's productivity for basically the last 6 out of the 7 years.
You know what, Parker? I kind of like what you're saying here, man. He goes, honestly, this is better than any trade deadline or move because it helps the team more than any addition. I 100% agree with that. This is actually better than probably just striking out and getting anyone at the damn trade deadline because you got rid of this guy. You know what I'm saying? This has been long in coming. At least you could play. Okay, then give the run to Matos and see what you got. Right? That's what we've been calling for. I'm fine with that.
Well, there's a part 2 to this that needs to work. Yes, it's addition by subtraction is good. Yep. But the part 2 of that is Matos has to perform.
Yes, he does.
Place has to perform because if they don't, then you're going to have people coming in here saying, "Oh, look at Slater. He's playing well with the Reds now. We shouldn't have gotten rid of him." So there needs to be a part 2, and you need to have before you get rid of somebody, you need to have a person that you're confident in that can replace them and do better. And hopefully, Matos is that guy.
Yaz and Flores are gone too. He says, "I will not read that. This is nothing until Yaz and Flores is gone too. I will not." Yeah, why not? Why not?
And Luke Jackson.
And Luke Jackson. Justin Rosenthal makes a good point. Says, not to pile on, but why are we so tied to Slater? We've gotten rid of much better players. Yeah, you got rid of Haniger after only 1 season.
That's a great point.
I mean, granted, Haniger wasn't great, but he was better than Austin Slater.
He's on a first place team now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're right. Cincinnati's in first place.
I'm saying Seattle. We got rid of Haniger.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle. I mean, we basically gave him away for a guy off an injury. Good job.
That's
Farhan.
Right. Correct.
What would you guys do if you heard tomorrow that Farhan re-signed JD Davis?
Oh, could you imagine? No. Never mind. He's with the Yankees now. I forgot. He's with the Yankees.
Did he sign with somebody?
Yeah,
okay.
He did sign with the Yankees.
I was going to say, good Lord.
This is a great news, man. We've been calling for this for since we've had the show, right?
Since we've had the show.
Oh my gosh.
March, April of last year, we were all saying, why is Slater on this roster? So
good point. People said the same thing about Duggar.
Theme song now.
Hey, I'll be honest.
Theme song no more, man.
His last strike.
Tonight is the last night.
I was high on Duggar. I really thought Duggar was going to be something here, so I was wrong on that dude. I really thought he was going to turn out to be something, but it's hard. It really is hard evaluating this talent. Who's going to make it and who's not. Baseball's a tough game to be consistent year after year, for sure. But this is a good first step.
I love it. I love it, man. Finally.
Like if they drop Luke Jackson, would everybody say that Bivens would be the logical choice to come back?
100%. Yeah, I would.
I like that kid's moxie. I really do.
I like him. And you know what?
Not only that, kid.
You know what I like about him is he could give you multiple innings. He could give you 2 or 3 innings. And I think that's what you're going to need.
Yeah.
Jesus Hernandez. Thank you, sir, for donating $2. Says Ramos, Lee, and Ramos will be the outfit. I think you know what you're trying to say. Ramos, Lee, and Matos.
Does
will be
Ramos
out
have
with
a brother, Jesus? Does Ramos have a brother?
He does.
We know you mean
Henry.
Matos.
Yeah,
He does have. Is he with the organization?
Henry. No, he's with who the hell is he with right now? I can't remember.
God, I don't know what's happened to him.
All right, we need to pull. Who does the chat one gone now? Now we're now we're screaming for more guys.
Yeah, like Flores. I don't know what's Flores. God, he was our best hitter the last 2 years. He's just dropped
he's
to the bottom
bad.
too.
He's really bad. I mean, honestly, Flores, Jackson for sure. Yaz is getting close because his defense still plays. Dan, so he doesn't feel like he's getting Wally Pip. I see you, Dan. I think Estrada takes Slater's spot in the roster and Wisely can be the fifth outfielder if needed.
Wisely's our best hitter recently.
Yeah, he's been really good.
He has to play.
But right now, Estrada's been sucking it up, dude. Bad.
I mentioned this a few weeks ago. It's just interesting that the Giants are doing well because guys they expected nothing from are playing well, and guys they expected a lot from are not doing well. Like, oh my God, if Soler and Snell decide to come and join the party. Whew. I don't know, but that's what's going to make this trading deadline so interesting, like really interesting. Sellers or buyers? Do you get rid of veterans and get young talent in here to go along with our young talent that's coming together? That's my option. I think as much as everybody wants to make a run for this year, I think if you bring in more young talent to go along with these young guys, like we're talking about 25, 26, 27. Now the Giants are not just trying to get in to be the third wild card. They're actually a contender. So that's the way I would do it, but I don't think Farhan will do that. I think he's going to move some pieces and try to get some veterans in here because he loves veterans and try to make a run at that third or second wild card.
So, hey, Eric, I looked up Luke Jackson's contract. He's in the second year of a contract. This year he's making $6.5 million.
Oh, so they've already paid just
paid
over
3.5 last year, 6.5 this year. But then if you cut him, and if somebody, I mean, that's a pretty big contract for someone that has just been getting demolished. Giving up the torpedoes. Like, come on, dude. I'd rather have somebody else. But again, with these guys, and again, it's a big if our pitching staff does come back together, they're going to have to get rid of some of these guys. And I guess, Luke might be one of the guys they're going to have to DFA. There's just not going to be room for him.
Exactly.
Again, it's all about winning now. It's not about pride. It's not about contracts. And again, the other thing, too, we're not really talking about, and I know we've talked about it the last couple nights, is we're not sure what the Giants are going to do, but San Diego's getting hot. They're going to go for it. Arizona's hot. They won again. They took 2 out of 3 from San Diego. They're going to
literally, Arizona is getting hot.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of teams that are starting to win. It's like last month the Giants had a losing record. Everybody except Arizona had a winning record in the month. And that's just our division. Look at the wild card. All these teams, like out of nowhere, St. Louis took 2 out of 3. Everybody's getting healthy and playing better than us. That's why if we're stagnant, before you know it, a little losing streak, we're going to be 8 games out. And this homestand, we got to come out on fire. We got to play well. Toronto, who's down, we got to take care of. And then, we got to take care of Minnesota, who's tough.
Yep.
Lou, Eric, in your opinion, 30 days from now, August
7th?
August 7th, what is the Giants' starting 5 rotation in your opinion?
Webb, Snell, Ray, Harrison, and who's going to – I don't think Cobb's going to be back yet. He might. Yeah, I guess Cobb. There you go.
What do you think, Lou?
Boy, it's – I think of the 3 that we're hoping to come back, we'll be lucky to get 2.
That's what I was thinking.
It's unbelievable how the Giants, I've never seen a team have more injuries. I'm just waiting for one of our star players to have another hamstring and go down. Just a matter of time. But, boy, I the kid that pitched today, I definitely want.
He could be in there if Cobb's not ready.
But, boy, I'm going to go.
It's tough.
I'm going to go Birdsong, Webb, Snell, and I think Snell's going to be there even if he's not going good because the money's too big. We're paying him, 1.69 a game. I don't think Cobb's going to make it, and then Harrison. I think we're going to have 4. And, I'm hoping we have 5, but I'm going to go realistically and say we're going to have 4 starters. Something's going to go wrong somehow, some way. It's just sort of our game. And, with the pitching, they've been sort of quiet, about the 3 guys coming back. You hear, they have spot starters. Like Snell's had 4 starts. Why he's not back yet, still we're not sure of. The other thing about Harrison, he was on the DL because he got hurt, not pitching, but I think he sprained his ankle. We don't know, how bad it was. We're on the outside looking in, and again, the Giants pitching, I think at the trade deadline, they need some kind of long reliever, somebody. I can't get these guys that, Jelly today, who I love this year, but, it seems like he's pitching every single night, 1 2/3.
Yes.
2 innings here.
2. Mm-hmm.
It's just unbelievable. He pitches, 3 out of 4 days. I don't know. I just think, if we can be healthy, I'll take at least 4 of the starters. I don't want to get greedy and say, we'll have 5. And God, we've been going with 1. We have, it's just one of those things. In fact, I don't even know who's pitching tomorrow. On Tuesday for us.
Snell. Tuesday, Snell.
Snell for 100%. So, that's going to be a big thing with Snell.
And they're going to push Hicks back 1 start, I guess, or 1 spot.
Snell 0-3, ERA of 9.59, WHIP 2.04 in 23 innings.
It's tough. I know. We'll have to see.
Because we're going to need him huge. And all he has to do is not be a Cy Young. Just give us 6 innings. Give us a chance to stay in the game. He's been getting rocked 2nd and 3rd inning. Before you know it, we're down 4-0 right off the start.
Yeah. Tom, Tristan Beck is still recovering. I think he's throwing bullpens now, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I don't see him being a starter, but maybe a bullpen piece. They're going to need him. They're going to need him if they want to save this bullpen. They're going to need him. By the way, guys, a new song is just dropped.
Oh, my God. That was quick.
I don't know if you guys want to hear it yet, but it has to do with Mr. Luke Jackson. Do you guys, okay, I'll put it out to you in the chat. Do you guys want to hear the new song that is just dropped about Luke Jackson? Just as a disclaimer, it's pretty damn heavy. I don't know if you guys will like it. It's pretty heavy. So I'll let you guys decide. If I see a lot of people say, yes, I want to hear the new Luke Jackson song that has just dropped, then I'll play it. If not, then I'll wait till a little bit later.
Eric,
it's definitely devil music. It's definitely devil music.
Eric, you will like Aaron Lawson's last comment if you want to highlight it. That'll give you a good laugh. Aaron Lawson's last comment. Highlight it for a good laugh.
Oh, Dan, you just got Farhan, man.
Wow. Dan, that must hit you in the right where it hurts. Like Farhan beat you to the punch. Ooh.
Let's see. I see no. I see yes, no. Eric, less talking, more playing song. Come on, man. What are you talking about, dude? Where you been? What are you talking about? I see a lot more no's. I'll wait. It is a will be production. Yes, it is a will be. I'll wait a little bit. It's pretty good though. It's pretty damn heavy. It's pretty damn heavy. Here,
let me read. Trying to get on the scene.
Here, man. I'll read the first verse. Luke on the mound. Disaster strikes. Giants' hopes shattered. Another heist. Ball in his hand. And then it stops. I have to play it more. But there you go. That's the first verse. That's the first verse of the new Luke Jackson song titled Luke Jackson's Downfall. It's going to be pretty good. Pretty good. Jesus Hernandez donates another $2. Thank you, sir. Webb, Ray, Snell, and Cobb. Harrison, Birdsong. He's trying to do the piggyback with Harrison, Birdsong.
The 5-man rotation.
Are we missing somebody? No, I don't think we are. But I don't know about that Cobb.
Hicks is the wild card.
Hicks is going to be in the bullpen. There's no way when all these guys come back. There's no way, right?
What do you think of just
do they do a 6-man?
No. What do you think of this outside the box idea? What if they come up with some kind of a fatigue arm or injury for Hicks?
Good.
They shut him down for
arm
for 15 or 20 days. Let these other guys come back and pick up the slack. Maybe if they shut him down for 3 weeks with just light throwing, who's to say that he gets a second wind and maybe goes back into the rotation and pitches well again? Maybe he just needs a long break. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there because
that's a good point.
Because you got all these guys coming back. Why keep throwing them out there if it's going to affect him in the long run? Again, it's about by any means necessary finding a way to win. And Hicks has been one of your better pitchers this year. He has been. Let's call it what it is. That's a good find for Farhan. So if you want to really nurture this guy who has never thrown over 100 innings, give him a break, give him a long, time off, and let's see if he can come back and go back to being what he has been, which is 5 to 6 innings solid. And if we can get him on the backstretch like that, that would be a plus.
Here's a question for you guys, and I think I'll know the answer even before I ask it, but I want to ask it anyways. If Snell, he'll probably have how many starts? 2 starts before the trade deadline? Maybe 3?
Yeah.
How many starts do you think, Lou, do you think Snell gets before the trade deadline?
He goes Tuesday. Boy, I don't know if he can come back because the All-Star break starts next Sunday. So if he goes
probably
Tuesday,
2 starts.
He'd have to come back that Sunday probably. Probably 1 start.
Really? Only 1 start before the trade deadline? The trade deadline is August.
I thought you said before the All-Star break.
No, before the trade deadline. 2. Maybe 3?
3.
Okay, here we go. He gives you 3 good starts. Say he goes 5, maybe 6. Only allows maybe 2 or 3 runs each game. Strikes out a bunch of guys. Do you trade him?
I don't know if he has a no trade clause.
No way. Not with an opt-out. No way.
I might.
Would you trade him?
I might get out from that contract and you could probably get something pretty damn good back for him.
Why not? Just trade for him. Or trade him. You probably could trade him. Hey, trade him to the Baltimore Orioles. Maybe you could get Kobe Mayo for Snell.
Yeah, because
right?
Let's face it, the Giants are in the hunt right now with absolutely nothing from Snell. So they can do this without him. They can. And if they get back a stud,
that's what I'm saying.
That's good for the next 8 to 10 years with the Giants.
And then next year, would you do this? Now, I preface this because next year, because I saw it in the chat. What about you get? And I saw Grand Admiral, but I was thinking about this too. How about you go out and you sign Corbin Burns next year? Ooh. So you get out of Snell. You get out of from Snell. Trade him to Baltimore because they'll probably need a starting pitcher or whoever needs a starting pitcher. It doesn't have to be Baltimore. And then next year you sign Corbin Burns because that guy, he's from the Bay Area. I would think he would want to come.
He goes 7+ innings.
Exactly. Because he's only there for this 1 year for Baltimore. There's nothing that's keeping them there to Baltimore unless they go and win the World Series. Then, sometimes that has an effect on somebody.
Yeah.
But do you trade Snell? If this is all predicated that he goes out there and has 3 good starts. If he doesn't, forget it. You're hanging on to him.
And they need to see what the other guys are doing. If Robbie Ray and Cobb are pitching really well, then Snell is a little bit more expendable.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah, Lowe's.
Robert, dude, you don't get it. You just don't get it.
He's
Robert
already at 91 innings.
About Hicks? Yeah, I would like to see them shut him down.
See, Robert, this is what you don't understand. What has the Giants been doing without Snell? They've been doing better without Snell. So why not trade Snell? He's not even contributing to the team, Robert. That's what I'm trying to talk. Dude, do you understand what we're trying to say here?
Yeah, we want long-term
trade
success.
Snell for a good prospect that could help your team in the future. Then next year you get a better pitcher in Corbin Burns. It's not a guarantee, but at least you're doing something.
And you're out of the contracts.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about the stupid opt-outs. Come on.
Yeah, because all it would take would be Snell to throw a couple of games where he really dominates.
Showcases. Make this a showcase.
Right. And then some contending team, a true contending team,
Yes.
will look at his resume, look at what he's done, and all of a sudden he's back and say, oh, what do you want for him, Giants? Now the Giants have the leverage. So, yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea.
Exactly.
I would do that.
Then you don't have to worry about Snell opting in next year because he's gone. And if he doesn't like to be in Baltimore, then he could go out and test the free agent market. Do it, man.
And Jesus, that's why you possibly trade him, because he isn't going to opt out. He is going to come back at that $32 million price tag, maybe even a little bit more. And who's to say whether he's going to be? How old is he going to be next year, Eric? 33? Snell?
Who's that? Oh, shoot. Somewhere around there.
32, 33?
I'll look.
Yeah.
AB says Corbin Burns is going to be 30 next year. That's fine. Look what Charlie Morton is doing for Atlanta. The guy's like old as dirt,
40.
and he's
got a nasty curveball.
And he still throws gas. I mean, pitchers can do it. You just have to have the body. Granted, not every pitcher can, but
Snell's 31.
there you go. So he's young.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Lou.
Of course.
And, who knows? Farhan might surprise us all. And he, if none of these guys we're talking about really are doing well, he may trade for an established starter that's on a weak team right now. Take a look at Kansas City. Kansas City's got Lugo. Lugo's been nasty. God,
He's been awesome, dude.
I
Holy
mean,
crap,
what
dude.
would the Royals want for Lugo, and how would Lugo look in the Giants?
I don't think so, man. Dude. I don't think they're going to trade. They may buy. They're right there, man.
Yeah, they're in the wild card.
They're in
buy.
the chase. They're in the chase. I don't think they're going to sell.
That's
the thing.
That's one thing we talk about. The trade
I just assumed Kansas City had a losing record. Yeah.
Yeah, here, I'll show you. Yeah, they've
National
been.
League and American League wild card are all up in the air.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, there's probably only like about 5 or 6 teams that are really kind of out of it. Geez, didn't the A's have a guy throw a complete game shutout recently? Where'd that come from?
Back to back. Earlier in the week.
Get on the phone, Farhan.
Look
all
at that.
young guys.
They're only a game and a half out of the third wild card.
Oh, they're 49 and 43. Ooh,
Yeah.
I stand
They're playing.
corrected now.
Look at that, plus 56 on the run differential. They're playing good ball. Let's see where they are in their actual league.
Wow, Houston's
They're
had
right
a
there.
nice,
Cleveland
Houston's
is.
had a nice turnaround.
See, I don't know if they're going to catch Cleveland, but they're definitely in a hunt for a wild card.
Yeah.
So I don't think they may be buyers.
What about Kevin Gausman coming back? No,
He's not having a great year, man.
Get
I
him.
don't know.
That's why they would move him.
A lot of people are talking about wanting to get Bichette from Toronto, make him your shortstop. I think that's somewhere where the Giants can improve. They can improve in shortstop. They can improve at second base, maybe. I don't know what's going on with Estrada. I don't know. Does he come back? Does he not? I don't know. But I think you can make a move for trading for a short. You can make a move for trading for a first baseman. As much as I like Wade,
Boy, Bo is having a bad year.
Yeah.
He just got released on fantasy in my league. He's out there and nobody's picking him up.
No kidding. Wow.
Nobody's picking up his shot.
Do you think? Okay, is this upside better than Luciano? Because I don't know, or isn't he? I don't know.
He has a proven track record at the.
He has a proven
level.
track record. Yes.
He's just having a bad year, and he's once you get into some really bad habits as a hitter, you just kind of stay in that funk. He needs maybe a different, voice in his ear. I don't know if Pat Burrell is that guy. I'm not the biggest Pat Burrell as a hitting coach because it's like I kind of want my hitting coach to maybe hit more than 230 in his career.
Yeah, I see. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Like Burrell, what does he work on and teach? Like swing hard. What do we say? Walk, strike out, or hit a home run.
Well, maybe as a leader, as a coach, he might be.
Yeah,
maybe,
he's a good leader. Yeah, definitely good guy in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I want him teaching exactly He's not exactly Barry Bonds at giving good tips on how to hit. Now, that would be the perfect guy because every time Bonds talks to a guy, even for a couple of hours, he seems to have a good game the next game.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think Barry wants to be a part of the game every day. Just once in a while show up. But.
Robert, take a nap, my friend. That's all I got to say. Take a nap. My God. How soon people give up on Flores. Dude, we're halfway through the season. The guy is batting like barely 200. He isn't. Did you see the – oh, here, check this out. Let's see if it'll come up here. Lowe's. It's bad.
Yeah, Flores is really struggling. Yeah. I know we like to hold on to people and they think they're going to turn it around, but he's had half a year. And
I'll show you this. Come on, come up already. Oh, goodness gracious. This is gross. This is so bad.
D-shot. That's rough.
You probably could run faster. Probably.
That would be a pay-per-view race. Rothberg versus Flores in a 40-yard dash.
Look at this. This is, again, using numbers. This is his current season, right? He's batting 206, on-base percentage of 282, slugging only 317. Look at this.
Yeah.
Batting run value. Okay, look at this. His slugging, horrible. Exit velocity in the 1 percentile. Bat speed doesn't even qualify, Los. His bat speed doesn't even qualify.
And remember how we were talking on the show last year about trading Flores at the All-Star break?
Yep.
And everybody was like up in arms. Like,
no.
You can't trade him. He's our best hitter. And we were saying, yeah, but he's getting up there in age. Is he going to continue to do this year after year?
Robert Rothberg, I'm looking at you.
Buy low, sell high. We're very
look at his sprint speed, Los.
Yeah.
Arm strength. Now, look, he doesn't strike out a lot. He walks, but look, when he does hit, it's wounded ducks, man. They're wounded ducks when he hits.
He's also getting very inconsistent playing time.
Yeah.
Maybe if he goes to another team and he's like a platoon DH that's getting consistent at bats against lefties, maybe he can spark something. I mean, Pat Burrell came over. He was released by Tampa Bay back in the day and came to the Giants and played well. So maybe a change of scenery would be good for Flores. But for this team and this roster, the way it's constructed, he's just not going to be a productive player this year. So I would move off of him and see if you can get something for him.
It's not a cult. I swear these Pollyannas want to hold on to these Flores Yaz types as if they were here during the World Series years. These guys haven't won shit.
Fact. It's a good point.
Thank you, Colt. Thank you. I like your Pollyanna's comments. Very good.
Hey, Eric, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
What about with Toronto coming in and Guerrero being a free agent? Would you give something up for Guerrero?
Not for a rental.
Because he's
not
a
where
rental.
the Giants are.
Because I don't know if you've noticed, he's now back up to 295 and he leads the team. He's had an incredible month.
Oh, he's going to have a good offseason. His offseason is going to be awesome, but not unless they can sign him long term. But I don't know. I just don't want a rental. That's my issue.
How's Wade done since he's come back?
He was over 4 today. He's not the same player.
He's not the same player. Nope.
Yeah.
He's not making contact. He's not getting on.
He's striking out
now. It's finally doing what he did before he got injured.
Yeah.
But Wade's taking a long time.
Lou, Eric, are you seeing the pattern? All the veterans that were, not all of them. I mean, Chapman's playing pretty well. But do you see the pattern we're talking about? The veterans are the ones that are letting this team down. It's not the young guys.
Not the young guys. It's the veterans.
We just went through a list of veterans. We've talked about Slater. We've talked about Yaz. We talked about Flores. We've talked about Estrada. These are all vet. We talked about Wade now. These are all veteran. And Wade's had a good year. Let's be real. But I mean, lately he's been slow. But it's the veterans right now, the everyday veterans that are letting this team down. It's not the younger guys. Let's be real.
Yes,
so
correct.
They're going to have to take a long look moving forward. Who is going to stay for this stretch run? If they go all in with the veterans, they're going to do exactly what they did last year, and they're not going to make the playoffs. If they roll with the young guys, they have a better shot. So let's see what the organization does.
And then
And
there's
Lowe's, I bought this up last night. In the last 6 seasons, only one winning record in the second half of the season. We haven't been over 500 or anything.
That's a
so we've obviously dropped every year. It's like, if we're below 500, how do we expect to win 84 games when we haven't had a second half except 1 year out of 6?
Yeah. The track record is the Giants are that racehorse, that racehorse that gets out to the lead, and then down the stretch, they run out of steam.
They run out of gas. Eric
Do something different. Do something different.
Eric says, I think Soler wants out. Trade him to the Braves. Do you think so? You think he wants out?
I think so. I don't think he's happy here. It kind of shows.
I think he likes being on the West Coast.
Yeah. I mean, he signed. Let's face it. He signed for the money. The Giants gave him the best
problem.
Deal.
Is that I don't think
they gave him the money, but he's not happy here. And I guarantee if Soler goes to Atlanta, he will rip. He will hit again.
And after this year, maybe the contract isn't as bad because then he only got $30 more million left on that.
You might be able to get a little something for Soler because Atlanta knows him. He won a World Series MVP for them. My God. So he's very well respected in that organization. So, I'm not saying you're going to get a top prospect, but you might get a little something for him. And again, you come off of a struggling veteran and you're able to throw a young guy in there. And the young guys have been performing. So let's keep rolling with them.
Hey, here's another question, guys. Wade, even though he has an excellent eye in being able to get on base, he makes contact. He's not your prototypical first baseman. You want a slugging first baseman, right? Typically.
We haven't had a first baseman in 6 years. We had that kid from the minors just because we had nobody else.
Yeah. I think it might be a good idea to trade for Wade or trade Webb too. Why not? No? Yes, no?
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is he gets on base, but no one ever hits him in.
Now, you remember that before his injury, he was the number 2 player in the majors of on-base percentage, but the guys behind him never could do anything. Here's Dan.
Says Farhan missed the window on to trade Flores last year. We'll do the same with Wade this year. That's what he's talking about. He'll do the same with Wade this year.
Yeah.
And they should. I mean, why not?
He won't learn his lesson.
No.
He will not sell high. I mean, I'd be shocked if he did. Well, he's already kind of proven us wrong with Slater, so
he didn't sell high, man. He sold.
No, he definitely didn't sell high, but just getting rid of him altogether is a start. Baby steps with that guy. So maybe he proves us wrong.
D-Shot says take a shot on Torkelson. I think Dan talked about that before, taking a shot on Torkelson.
Yeah. I think I'm going to tap out, boys. You going to keep going?
Los, thank you very much. Yeah, we got a bunch of people in here tonight. I think because of the Slater news.
Yeah, handle it. Always good to be on with boys. Talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, Los. See ya. All right, there was Los D joining us. He just came back from Prescott.
Exciting Sunday night. See, 4th of July holiday was not over yet.
Yeah, still more fireworks. How about that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming.
It was the song. It worked.
What happened with Slater? He was traded to the Cincinnati Reds for left-handed pitcher Alex Young.
And that is no consideration. Joke. So we gave up Slater, paid for his contract, and then we got a former reject that Farhan got rid of, but we're so desperate, we're bringing him back.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, yeah, the biggest thing out of that is you just got rid of Austin Slater. He's gone. No longer a San Francisco Giant. See ya. Yes, Matt, exactly. Finally. Everyone saw this. Well, not everyone. There's still some hanger-ons out there. Don't get it. I don't get it, but hey, it is what it is. Oh my gosh, man, Lou, we got a bunch of people still in here. Man, where do we go now, man? We talk so much about this stuff. Where do we go now? I mean, I know we're talking trades and all this other good stuff.
Yeah, 148 for a Sunday night. I love it. Make sure you guys use the like button.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Upcoming, I will have the new release single, Luke Jackson's Downfall. Released, just dropped. I will be playing it here soon. Again, it's not for the faint of heart, guys. It's not for the faint of heart.
And then, Eric, the one thing, too, is when you guys bring up trades, like in the chat, you got to remember some of these guys, if they have a 3-year contract, make sure that they're tradable. They don't have a non-trade clause. Make sure they have an opt-out. And be realistic. You know, it's like if we wanted someone like Guerrero, it's a rental. We'd still have to give up someone good. So I have no problem if you guys come up with somebody, but don't come up with somebody who just signed with a team last year.
That's not going to work.
That's not possible. We got to think like Farhan, but actually think wisely. You know,
yes,
we got to think, what can we do to improve the team? I got a little thing for the chat at the All-Star break and trade deadline. What do you guys think we need? Do we need a power hitter? Do we need a position player? Do we need more bullpen help? I mean, I think our team needs a lot. But, you know, I think, you know, we also got to be smart, you know, because you guys might be all excited about our young pitchers. That's who we're going to have to give up if we need to get someone good. You know, people aren't going to take our scrubs to give a superstar up. You know, think about it. I think here's the one guy, Johnny T. We need speed. I agree. I hope the second half of the season we start running wild like teams are doing on us. And you know, you got to remember, when we have somebody on and once the thing gets out that we're starting to steal, our better batters get fastballs down the pipe and then we can hit them. You know, I think that's important.
Hold on one second, guys.
Roman Reigns.
Where is this at? Hold on.
First baseman? Yeah, I definitely think we need a first baseman. Only helps our defense.
Okay, guys, you're going to like this. I got a different song. I forgot all about this song. Anyways, real quick, that is Alex Young's stats. His career, he's 16-18, has an ERA of almost 4.5, 264 innings pitched, 226 strikeouts, a whip of 1.4. Yeah, not exactly whatever. But that's the guy that we got in return for Austin Slater.
What did Eric? Is there a way we could find out when he was with the Giants and what he did and why we gave him up? Was he a DFA'er or?
Hold on, let me bring back. Let me see what he did while he was with the Giants. Where the heck did it go? Right here. Look at his career. He's been in a few places. He was with the Giants in 2022. Oh, wow. 26 innings pitched. Had a 2.39 ERA. Look at that.
And he's only pitched 3 games this year. He must have gotten injured.
He wasn't a strikeout pitcher. He only had 20 strikeouts and 26 innings pitched, 11 walks. But, I mean, it's a small sample size. Anyways, hey, we got something funny, guys. We got a guy out there that follows us on Twitter. His name is Lloyd D. Kearns. Lloyd D. Kearns. He, we're so popular, right? So popular. He loves us so much. He actually put together a song about NorCal Sports Network.
Oh my God.
Yes. Do you think it's going to be a hater song, or do you think it's going to be praising the likes of myself, Dan, and even Los got into all this one?
Uh-oh.
But take a look. NorCal Sports Network is being honored by Mr. Lloyd D. Kearns. Let's take a listen.
Sure.
I think you guys will get a blast out of this. Here we go.
Sitting by the bay, lonesome day and near love to say. San Francisco is the kind of town that's made for fast times, bringing it down. And boo, Slater, rain or shot, say jazz or swing, just can't divide. Far strays, make them frown. Every Chapman pitch makes them turn around. On a T-ball field, they were stars. Now they parking old beat-up cars. In the 60s, they ruled the game. Today it's hating, that's their claim to fame. Oh! Oh! Giants fans cheer not care, but most of the day they're just scared from those crowd with a twilight hour. All they got is that bit of power. Nostalgia's a funny thing, makes old men remember they were kings. But Giants rise and Giants win while the haters grow old and thin. On a T-ball field, they were stars. Now they pocket old beat-up cars. In the 60s, they ruled the game. Today it's hating, that's their claim to fame.
At least I can understand the lyrics.
This song is a funny thing. Makes old men remember
I'm
they
putting it
were
up there so you
kings.
can read it.
But Giants rise and Giants win, while the haters grow old and thin. On a T-ball field, they were stars. Now they pocket old beat-up cars. In the 60s, they ruled the game. Today it's hating, that's their claim to fame. Oh! Oh!
There you go, guys.
Like it.
Look at that. I didn't play in the 60s. I didn't play T-ball. Maybe Dan did.
T-ball.
I don't have a beat-up car. But, hey, look at that. The guy was praising Slater. Well, there you go, man. That tells you everything you need to know about this guy. You know what? Hey, there we go. We'll give him some publicity. There he is, Mr. Lloyd Durkins, right here. This guy, right there. There you go. That's the guy right there.
He's got the dang glasses on.
Yeah, exactly. Looking into the camera with his solar eclipse glasses. Yes, correct. That's the guy.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Appreciate it, Lloyd. What'd you guys think?
I like it.
There's your guy. That's your typical Slater lover right there. You see that? He even had it in his lyrics. He had no idea Slater was going to get freaking the heave-ho today. Yeah, that no doubt about it, Addy. I like the music was great. Music was great. But you know what? We have a better composer right here in our chat, Mr. Will B. Yes, Richard. It's coming. You guys want to hear Luke Jackson's downfall? Again, guys, this song is not for the faint of heart. Not for the faint of heart. I'll try to put the lyrics up there so you guys can follow. Again, not for the faint of heart. Here we go. Oh, it's not going to show the verses. Oh, there it goes.
Giants overshadow another heist. Falling his hand, cast in the air. San Francisco cries, ripping their hair. They're falling, they catch a break. Franchise in ruins, how much can we take? Game on the line, heart fills with dread. Says screaming loud, hopes are all dead. No save again, no end in sight. Jackson's destruction takes us tonight. Luke must go, the pain must end. Giant pride can't defend. No more losses, no more shame. Picture's fate, sealed in flame. Curveball fails, another home run. Helpless days, damage done. Victory dreams turned into dust. Jackson on the mound, who can reach us? Whispers grow louder, call for his head. Giants now shackled, visions of dread.
Woo! I love this one, man. Love it.
Like it.
Not over.
Still going?
It's still going, man.
Game on the line, heart fills with dread. Says screaming loud, hopes are all dead. We'll save again, no end in sight. Jackson's destruction takes us tonight. Jackson's destruction takes us tonight. Game on the line, heart fills with dread. Fans screaming loud, hopes are all dead. Hopes are all dead. We'll save again, no end in sight. Jackson's destruction takes us tonight. Luke must go, the pain must end. Giants pride can't defend. No more losses, no more shame. Picture's fate, sealed in flame. Curveball fails, another home run. Helpless gaze, the damage done. Victory dreams
Love
turned
it.
into dust. Jackson on the mound, who can we trust? Whispers grow louder, calls for his head. Giants now shackled, visions of dread. Whispers grow louder, calls for his head. Giants now shackled, visions of dread. Visions of dread. Visions of dread.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Slater's
Man.
gone. You guys should be in a great mood. Buy some squares. Let's do it.
That is awesome. Yeah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Will B. That's awesome, man, dude. Absolutely love it. All right. Anyways, let's here we go. Let's do some business here. Put this up here. Guys, for those of you who don't know, we're selling squares, $15 per square. What the square will enter you, it enters you into a chance to win 4 tickets to a San Francisco Giants versus the Atlanta Braves at Oracle Park. Front row seats right next to the San Francisco Giants dugout, guys. So you enter by donating $15. You can donate as many as 5 squares per person. All you have to do is send an email to NorCalSportsNetwork@gmail.com. Dan will then give you his Venmo account so that you can Venmo him the $15 or up to $60, or actually more than that, up to $75 if you want to buy 5 squares. And then once you pay, I will put your name on the square. And then once we get all the squares filled here live on the show, I will run the numbers to a random number generator. The winners, or winner, I should say, will receive those 4 tickets, not just 1, 4 tickets. All the proceeds will go to the little boy Elijah, whose mother passed away in her sleep. The father didn't have any life insurance on her because they were not yet married. So we're trying to do our part by donating all the proceeds to the GoFundMe to help the little boy and his family. We will not pocket any of this money. It's all going to go to the GoFundMe. If you want to check it out, hold on. Let me get rid of that banner because it's covering it up. at the bottom there is the link to the GoFundMe. You could always go there and donate yourself as well. If you go to that website, it will take you straight to the GoFundMe and tell you the story about this little boy. But it's for a good cause. So, guys, send your email again to NorCalSportsNetwork@gmail.com. And the rest will be taken care of by Dan. So it's for a good cause, guys. Help out this little kid if you can. All right. There we go. Got some of the what do you call it? Just some of the work done there. There we go. What's up, Fossey? Let's see. My response. So you're young now, know it all. You can wear your red Slater in the fall. As far as cars, I'll take my 69 Camaro. Go ahead and keep your putt because you have no De Niro's. Look at that. Los coming out with some rhymes against Mr. Lloyd. My response. So you're young and know it all, but you can wear your red Slater in the fall. As far as cars go, I'll take my 69 Camaro. Go ahead and keep your putt because you have no De Niro's. There you go. Los, man, you don't need AI. Los can do this all himself right there. And Dan also adds, and if Eric and I win, you have a better chance of winning yourself if you buy a squares because we will be donating the tickets to someone who bought the squares. Absolutely. If I win my square, I am going to donate it to the people in the chat. Dan is going to do the same. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Will B said he would do the same as well. So there's additional chances to win these tickets, even if me, Dan, or Will win the squares. There you go.
5 weeks away.
Yeah, exactly. 5 weeks away. And then any update on you were talking about maybe some additional stuff going on?
Yeah, I'm going to find out Tuesday or Wednesday. I will call in with my guys at the Giants. We're trying to, we might add something beside the tickets to make the occasion even better.
Awesome.
And Eric will show you guys, if you haven't seen it, where the seats are. If you guys remember when Amy G did the broadcasting, it's literally right where the photographers are. There's nobody in front of you. If you're in seat 1, you fall on the field. You're actually in the Giants dugout.
There you go. There you go. I'm pointing. That red arrow points to exactly where you will be seated. You got that whole row, right? Is it the whole row?
No, there's 8 seats in the row, but you would have.
So you get half of them.
The close to the dugout is seat 1, 2, 3, 4.
So seats 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So from the dugout towards the aisle.
That's seat 8.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
8, 7, 6. So seat 1 is right next to the dugout. You see
there
the
you
players
go.
walking in and out. And they're literally right to you. I've sent Eric photos before. I mean, they're the best in the house. My family's had seats since the Giants moved out from New York. We had seats when they were the New York Giants. So we've had 7 tickets at the stick, and now we still have 4 here.
Look at that, guys. You see that? And then, when I initially was doing this, I was just going to ask the chat for some help. And then Lou stepped up and said, hey, I'll donate some of these tickets and, maybe generate some more money. So there you go, guys. There's your opportunity to have some fantastic seats at a Giants game when they're facing the Atlanta Braves. Hey, who knows? Maybe this could have some wild card implications. You don't know. It's possible.
And Eric, the one thing I will say about that is if anybody in the chat wins and you have kids or a significant other, 99% of the time when I'm there, you either get a foul ball or autographs. The players come right up to you because you have nobody in front of you. And usually the ball players will throw a ball if you have a young kid. So
there you go.
That makes it that much more special. Very memorable.
If you get a family going, like if it's a, mother, father, and maybe 2 kids, if that's what it is, then hey, those kids may be able to get a signed autograph ball or something, man. That would be awesome. I'm telling you guys, once in a lifetime type tickets there. All you got to do, donate $15 a square. Like I said, I'll run it through a random number generator. Whatever number it picks is going to be the lucky winner. All right, what else do we got going on here, man? We kind of man, we got all this music going. We got people trying to make fun of us that didn't really work. Especially when you're praising the likes of Mr. Slater, who is now a Cincinnati Red. If you haven't heard, let me put the banner back up there. Austin Slater has been traded to the Cincinnati Reds for left-handed pitcher Alex Young, who used to be a Giant. And also cash considerations are involved where the Giants are probably paying down some of Slater's contract, which is, I think, about $2 million, somewhere around there left on his contract. So there you go. All right, what else do we got in here? Look at that, Kyle. Late to the show. See, you miss it. You missed it, man. You missed it. Let's see what else. Am I missing anything? Probably not. But hey, Los, to your comment that you said about the guy obviously watches the show. Because we had just played that song about Slater yesterday. So the guy, he watches. He's lurking out there. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's all good. Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess we're probably about done, I'm thinking, Lou. We're about done.
Sunday night. Remember, we're off tomorrow. If anyone's in town, they got the Willie Mays celebration.
Yes.
And then we'll be back Tuesday, a late one. Hopefully talking about a victory.
Yeah, who are they playing? Toronto, right?
Toronto, yeah.
Who did they? Do you have the pitching matchup for Toronto? You got it on you? Okay, you got it right there. I think it's supposed to be Snell on Tuesday. I don't know if they have it TBD or not.
No, it says Snell for the Giants. I'm trying to see who's pitching for.
Absolutely, Los.
No, Bassett's pitching Wednesday.
Fosse, man, you missed it. I already did the breaking news. I already did it. You missed it, Fosse. I think that news broke, about 45 minutes ago?
So we go against a lefty.
Oh, so you already know what it's. You know who's not going to be in the lineup, Ryan? You know who's not going to be in the lineup? Take a guess who's not going to be in the lineup, Ryan. Anonymous says celebration is being aired on NBC Bay Area. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to catch that. Hey, guys, stick around because at the end of this show, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play the Willie Mays tribute in honor of his ceremony tomorrow. So stick around when we close out the show. I will play the Willie Mays tribute.
Beautiful.
It's really good. I think you'll like it. It's no metal, no making fun of anyone. It's actually a pretty good video. I think you'll like it. Robert is going tomorrow. Hey, all right on, Robert. Good deal.
Take a video of it.
Yeah.
Let us know what happens.
No more Slater.
Tuesday.
So what's the lineup going to be on Tuesday? It's going to be Soler. Wait, no. Soler. Who's going to bat second? Since Slater's gone. Oh my God. Who bats second, guys? Who bats second? That's a good question. I don't know who's going to bat second. Maybe Fitzgerald. Maybe he bats second. I don't know. I think Ramos stays in the 3-hole, right?
So, hey, Eric, before we leave, I'm just looking for Tuesday, and they have all of our guys are coming back. So there might be a lot of movement that before the Giants play by Tuesday because Snell's coming off the DL on July 9th.
So they have to make a move.
The catcher's coming back July 9th.
Oh, he is.
Flores is coming back, and Estrada.
Okay. So all on the 9th?
Well, that's what it says. Estimated return date, July 9th.
Okay. Well, when Slater comes or when Snell comes on, ooh.
So there could be a lot of movement, before the Tuesday night could be, who knows?
Well, VR's already been sent down. Fitzgerald's probably going to be gone. Estrada's coming. Oh, man. Oh. Of course, Casali will be gone when Murphy gets back. That's a given. But who goes down for Estrada and Flores coming back? I don't know. I don't know.
48 hours. This might be only one of many movements.
Anonymous says only Snell, maybe Estrada. Well, if Estrada comes back, who would they send down? Fitzgerald probably. Fitzgerald will probably get the boot. That's what I'm guessing. They're not going to get rid of Wisely, right? Then again, they shouldn't be getting rid of Wisely. Let's say that. They shouldn't be getting rid of Wisely. And good, oh yeah, Tom Murphy's coming back. Whoopity-doo. Exactly, Grand Animal. Whoopity-damn-do. Yeah, he's already been designated to AAA, Eric. Yes, that was the news that broke. Oh, Frank Red is live. Okay, hey, everybody. We're getting ready to close this down. Make sure you guys go see Frank Red in the dungeon. Here, I'll bring that up, guys.
Oh, yeah, I like him.
He's good. Go listen to him, man. He talks all about a lot of basketball news out there. Let's do this. Bring it up. All right, there you go, guys. Go check out Frank Red.
Yeah,
he does a lot of pulp culture, talks about movies, but he's really good with basketball. Man, go check out Frank Red. Make sure you tell him NorCal Sports Network is send him over. Guys, get over there, man. Support that guy. Give him a sub. Give him a like. You'll like the content. He's a good guy. You'll see him occasionally on Larry Krueger Show when they talk basketball. I want to try to get him on here. I want to get him on here. You know, we could talk about the Rickwood game. I know he said he wanted to talk about that, so we're going to have to figure that one out. Maybe when Dan gets back from the Philippines, we'll get him on here. We could talk about Rickwood Field. I know it's kind of in the past, but it's always a good subject to talk about. So go give him some support, guys. Go check out Frank Red at In the Dungeon Show. Tell him I sent you guys over there from NorCal Sports Network. All right, guys. Let's close it down. I appreciate the support out there, guys. Couldn't do the show without y'all. We got a bunch of good news today with Slater being sent down.
Exciting night. Exciting night.
A lot of stuff going on. Unfortunately, the Giants couldn't take the series. They went 3-3 on the road trip. I mean, it's 500. You'll take it, but the only problem is you're still trying to dig yourself out of 500, or you're trying to dig yourself out from being under 500. So the quest for 500 is still out there.
Yep.
So, guys, check us out on Tuesday night. Probably be around 9:30. It's a 6:45 start, I'm guessing, right? So you'll catch us around 9:30-ish, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later. But catch us on Tuesday night with the first game against the Toronto Blue Jays in San Francisco. We'll see if any more moves happen. You know, we kind of talked about it, what needs to happen. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of Willie Mays Memorial tomorrow at Oracle Park, we will close out the show with a little movie I put together when Willie had passed away. So take a listen. We will see you guys Tuesday night. Make sure, go check out In the Dungeon. Check out Frank Red. Tell him Eric sent you. All right, guys. See you Tuesday. Woo! Thanks, Lou.
Of course, always.